Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. I think it's good too because it tells everybody that they're being recorded. And if everybody, if ever there's someone that really doesn't want to be recorded, you can download it in separate streams. And so when you mix them together, you can just leave out that person's stream, which is an interesting way of going about it. So yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
Okay, we might just get started. If Matt joins us, he'll join in. I'll send him a message. But when we left off, the party had just gotten back from a trial, basically, where they had taken in an amulet that had opened out to show a animal creature spirit child that had asked them for company. They had gone through the various trials, testing their strength, testing their intelligence and their dexterity and their wisdom, testing their constitution and even testing their charisma, finally ending with a combat. The child that they had found that sort of came out of this amulet was it was
The joys
starving.
of DMing having like 6 tabs open.
It was starving. It looked ill, and everyone it begged everyone if they would keep it company. And the moment that people agreed to keep it company, they were branded, and the brand of the Lionheart company actually appeared on their skin in several different places. There were really old loopholes in the laws of the city, which are usually quite strict in terms of who can join the guilds. And these loopholes meant that anyone who had that mark of that company would be accepted as part of the Adventurers Guild, which usually takes a lot of training and requires people to go through the university to legitimize their standing. You now have, I do believe, Solus went through. I think it was Solus. Desmodeus. We had Mira go through. Faldera went through it. And Lanthron got to sit at the top story watching the whole thing going on. Eating cheese and drinking wine with the judge. As they had an extra dimensional pocket open up. And each of them were able to. The rest of the group went through the trials, came out the other end, and got this mark. They then took this amulet, and Mira and Lanthron had a disagreement about their promises with Desmodeus and his group, which is not part of a particular guild, but is sort of scattered through. And the agreement was that the amulet would be given to Desmodeus to inspect, which Miros just totally backed out on, was just like, nah, you're not having it. This thing is a person, and I'm going to look after her. And she sprinted off into the marketplace and was left and right trying to get away, and Lanthron was left and right following her until they came head to head. She pivoted, turned around and confronted him, and they had a big screaming match in the middle of the marketplace, and their marks caused them such intense pain when they started to actually turn on each other that it knocked them both flat. Mira woke up first and found that she was on a mat in a small home, and Lanthron was just across from her as well. And the woodcarver, Aeolus, was looking after her, and he was weirdly lucid. He had some odd things to say about being so sorry about not being able to look after her or something like this. And then the two of them left the building and were found by some of the community, the Lionheart community, so to speak, and were taken home, basically. Aeolus was dragged along as well. At that stage, the amulet asked for a timestamp, which they had already experienced before because they'd had a strange old warforged ask them about a timestamp, which they figured out they could do by showing it the stars, the sky, basically. The amulet then shut down as soon as it saw the sky, and it was in an obvious panic. It was like, no, this can't be right, and just switched off. At that stage, that's where we ended the session, with those questions still in play, basically. And so I want to ask the characters who are there right then and there what they are wanting to try to do, or what their next step is. So that'll be Mira, Lanthrin, Solus. They will all sort of be there at that stage.
Am I there as well? Sorry, Baller.
Hello. Are you Jake or Baller? Baller?
Baller. Yeah. Sorry.
Awesome. Are you there? Have you been at the pub drinking and stuff, and you sort of show up and
Yeah, I was there the entire time. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, you went through the whole thing as well, eh?
Correct.
I'm being heard, eh?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I had to move around a lot. The computer wasn't working in a mission.
Yeah, what are you guys wanting to do?
Okay, so we're back at the pub. We've got the amulet.
She's freaking out.
I would
Amulet's freaking out.
would like to gently console the construct, the person. What would that
Yeah.
be?
Sure. How do you want to? Yeah, give us a persuasion. Yeah.
All right. Persuasion.
I'm assuming because Mary, you're holding it at this stage.
Yeah. So I will have
Yep. So
come back inside once it started freaking out, and be like, obviously everyone can hear her freaking out. So I came back inside and just holding it like, she's panicking. What do we do?
That is a 13 for persuasion. Sorry.
So you can roll with advantage if you like.
Oh, sweet. Another 13.
We'll go. You get a glimmer from the amulet,
Yep.
and you go back to feeling vibes from it again. So previously you'd had vibes, and then all of a sudden now it's a person out and about, and now you're getting vibes again. It is extremely sad again. It is nowhere near as lonely as it was. It feels like it has company, but you feel drawn to it as well.
So, would you describe it as a child wrapping a blanket around itself?
Yeah, and the blanket is actually you guys. It's kind of drawing you in, not physically, but emotionally to sort of support it, so to speak. At this stage, we're going to switch to Saphira.
All right. Hello.
So
Sorry,
Saphira,
I assumed I wasn't actually there because.
yes, that's right. So what I'll do now is I'll sort of give you a bit of a setup. You've already picked up a contract, so you have a contract from
Is that to kill me?
from the lawkeepers, and it's basically to pop in and just watch to watch Lionheart. Now, Lanthrin knows about this. Lanthrin knows that this is going on because of his contacts with Adelaide. So, because Adelaide is a secretary in the in one of the guilds, so she's been feeding him information every once in a while. So, Lantern has been watching every once in a while to see the various people who have been coming and going and watching and not, because the community is pretty set at this stage. People kind of know who everyone is. It's about 50 to 100 people that are involved. A lot of them are children and there's elderly. This is just a community. Another contract you picked up, however, while you were picking that contract from another source, you'll know who I'm talking about. You actually spotted Lion's name at the contract, and the prize money, so to speak, for the contract. But you're not like high rank enough to be able to pick that one up. And so when you kind of spotted it, they kind of just covered it up, moved it to the side, gave you something petty with, which you've already dealt. You've already dealt with and picked up a couple of coins for that. And so not just from the Lawkeepers Guild, but you know that there is something that's going on here, possibly wanting to get a closer look at. We'll switch to Atticus, who has been at this traveling for probably about 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So he spent quite a bit of time. Crackle, I think it is one of the small folk places. So while he was there, he helped them to sort out an issue with troglodyte. Troglodyte is actually breaking in. He recognised the stains, the stink stains they leave on the wall. He recognised a fungal infection that was in their mushroom farms, and he just basically showed up out of the blue and just like saved their day for this small little city village in the mountains. He then has been traveling south-southwest for the last 3 weeks, avoiding as best he can any sort of trouble, basically just hiding. And he sort of shows up. He's shown up at the city and he's been walking around, and he's threadbare by this stage. He's got his clothes need some desperate attention. He's down to his last bits of food, which he's pretty good at scrounging stuff up anyway. So it's not like he's hungry. He still looks. No,
he's an outlander, so.
Yep. So it's not like he's hungry at all. Plus, he's been able to follow the river down. So there's plenty of opportunities for lots of things that have been growing alongside the river. On the way down, he did come across an orc hunting war party that were on their way back to the mountains. So they had done all their hunting and their killing and glory fighting stuff, and they were basically on their way back. They were on their little horses, having a good old time, and they basically stumbled upon each other towards the end of the night, and he heard about the city that's at Tear's End, which is in the direction he was going to anyway. And he was quite surprised to find it's a city that's actually up there. Although he's a bit worried that he shouldn't be surprised that there's a city that's popped up there. And so he continued traveling down. They sent a couple of them, went with them, wanting to catch up with some of their cousins they'd heard were in Tears. Solus, you were with us for the trials?
No.
Okay. Do you want to tell us what you've been in the last few days?
Well, Solus, now that he's in the 5th level of his clericsy, he is interested in. He's been searching around for about 600 gold worth of diamonds for no particular reason.
Has he been at the market and stuff?
Yeah, yeah. So he's been hunting down 600 gold worth of diamonds.
Can you give us investigation check?
So was that investigation?
Like,
I rolled a 14.
okay. You find out that a bit of a markup on the prices, and you're quite grumpy about it because diamonds, for the purposes that they can give out, so to speak, they shouldn't be so hard for people to get their hands on. You'd only be able to get half as much as what you wanted for the price for how much gold you've got. But you do find out that there is you can access them in Volthum. That if you can get access to Volthum, then you'll be able to find them pretty cheap. Even if you get into the wilds of Volthum, then you'll actually be able to pick them out of the wall yourself.
So where's Volthum?
Volthum is
Like evil dwarf city we're not allowed in?
it's a drow city that people have been banned from going into for quite a long time. Just seeing if I can find my map, but maybe I can't. That's all right. It's in the north of the city. There's a massive gate, like Tolkien's Speak Friend and Enter gate, except with all sorts of runes that are anti-scrying, and it's inlaid with lead and that sort of thing.
I guess I'd be going there then.
Yep. Okay. All right. So while Saphira, while you are outside of the tavern, the Drunken Dragon, you notice a couple of guys, and they're quite obviously not from the community, and they're not patrons of the bar or of the tavern. Usually, people coming in to grab a meal, grab some booze after a day of work, or they head out. But you see these guys, they're coming in and they obviously looking for a wee bit of trouble.
All right.
Yeah, and
very suspicious.
So they start to harass one of the young women who have been sort of cleaning up outside. They start to wind her up and ask, basically trying to muscle in and hint that it would be better if she was to give them some money, because then they'd be able to make sure that people around this area would be really safe.
Okay.
They're a racket, basically.
Is this outside my tavern?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I have an attempt to persuade them to leave without having to pay them?
Yeah, go for it. Can you roll me a persuasion?
All right. Now, so when I would do that, I roll a d20. Do I add the bonus that I have on my character list?
Yes,
Or do
so
I
you
just roll
add
it?
the plus. You roll, and then you add that plus
okay.
or the minus that you've got for persuasion.
So, rolled that. So rolled a 16, and then persuasion I've got +4, so that would be 20 altogether.
Fantastic. Okay. They were basically hostile to you the moment you walk up.
Right.
They were ready to throw hands, basically, and you're able to sort of talk them down a wee bit. But the smaller guy in the back, he just keeps his arms folded, and he looks at Saphira, and he's just like, "No, see, the boss has sent us here, and the boss wants money. So when we get the money, we'll make sure that you're safe. You know what we mean."
All right. I'll ask the guy, excuse me, How much money are we talking here?
20 gold. 20 gold is like 2-3 weeks worth of wages.
Whew, yeah. Well, I don't even have 20 gold on me, so I'm going to have to get around this some other way.
Well, yeah, you can rustle it up then, can't you? You can talk to some of the peoples around there and rustle it up, so to speak. We see that there's lots of chickens. I'm sure that you'll be able to wrangle coins as well as you wrangle the birds. One of the bigger guys just like...
All right.
Do I know this is happening outside my tavern, Jason?
Howdy. No.
Not yet.
Oh no, he was outside. Remember, he wasn't with us discussing. He wasn't with us talking about talking to the young construct. He was outside brooding, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Whew. All right. Can I have an attempt to deceive them in order to convince them that, yes, we've got your money. It'll just take me a week to get it together, and then I'll personally deliver it to their boss.
Yep. Give me a deception check.
All right. Let's see if I can get this. I'm just gonna have a roll. Stop. Oh, so we got 14 there, and deception is +4, so 18 altogether.
Yeah, he looks pretty satisfied with that. And as he does so, the young woman that they were harassing sort of backs off and starts to make for the door. At which point the big guy sort of grabs her and just like says, he grabs him and just says to her, "You walk away when we say you can walk away, right?" And sort of drags her back over. And the little guy's just like, "Nah, let her go." And she screams out at the same time, and you guys catch the sound from inside. At which point, at the same point, Solus comes walking around the corner.
All right.
So now you guys have heard the screaming from inside. Solus has just walked around the corner, who's a big hulking giant turtle man. And Saphira is standing there, looking like she's steaming mad, basically, and holding it all together, sort of very calmly as best as she can.
I'll put the medallion like in my robes to keep it safe and run outside when I hear the scream.
We will investigate the sound.
Ready to throw hands.
Just storms out.
So I see, like, how many people is there attacking this woman?
There's 4 of them. There's 4 of these guys.
How far away from them am I?
You're about 30 feet. You've just walked around the corner, so it's literally there. If you all recall, all the buildings are squat. They are really close together, so there's basically only a few actual streets, because in winter everything snows over completely. And with the buildings so close together, they can tunnel out in between the buildings, so they can go from building to building still. But yeah, they're 30 feet away from you. Okay. Should we just go off decks? Initiative. Yep. Who's got the highest initiative?
We're rolling.
No, just tell me your initiative.
Oh, +3.
4.
+2. Because I'm that kind of rogue.
0.
All right. So
yeah.
Yep.
So Mira comes just storming out of this place. The door complains, "Oh, be careful," as she goes through. Lantern kind of just like moves to the side so the door doesn't touch him. So Mira, you're first on the scene. Or next on the scene, next to Saphira.
So what do I see when I get out there?
You see 4 of these guys one of them who's just grabbed this woman and is in the process of just kind of letting her go, and a human woman. Toshi, do you want to describe Saphira for us?
All right. She's basically of below average height, very dark hair, dark eyes, and dark skin. She's an Afriani human who grew up here in Tears End. And basically she's short, slim, wearing dark clothing, and has a couple of daggers that you can see strapped handily to her sides.
Two rogues now. God.
Disgusting.
So the guy that had his hands on her, I will attack him.
Roll to hit.
Diplomacy.
All right, where are we? God, it's been a while since I've done my monk. 16 plus 6.
Yeah, that hits.
Is to hit, and so that's 6 points of damage. And I'm gonna flurry of blows, because fuck you. That is that's two 15s.
Yep.
So that's and that's 11 damage.
Yep. Okay, so he drops like a sack of potatoes, and
He does.
his short mate's just like, "You twit! I told him to stop. Pick him up. We're leaving anyway." And the other two sort of pick him up and sling them over his shoulders, and they sort of turn to sort of leave.
Can I ask who they work for?
The short guy turns and just says, the short guy turns and just says, "Angus will be back for some money. This one says she'll get it rounded up for us by the end of the week. 20 gold, remember." And he sort of just wanders off.
Do we recognise the
Or they
name?
move to
Angus?
Yeah, he's one of the crime lords. Lampton doesn't like him.
So when
How
the,
many times? Is he
You
the
know-
one I already owe money to? Or is that a different one?
No, Jake owed Angus money, and in the big hoo-ha between the different, because you went back and forth and you investigated all their men to find who was basically being the traitor and instigating stuff, and you found that one of them was working for Tal Grigelt. And
I
so
don't know.
that was the guy that was stirring stuff up so that people were
But who do
the
we
gang wars were keeping going. No one.
Who do we? But the tavern, isn't the tavern still we're paying off the mortgage?
To the Whitehall brothers, yeah.
Yeah, that's not Angus. He isn't one of the Whitehall brothers, though.
No.
No. He's just
The Whitehall brothers is a legitimate company in the
legitimate.
no, legitimate.
They are legitimate.
Legitimate. And so basically, this is how you guys meet Saphira, standing up for one of your own. And Lantern, you at this stage have figured out through sheer insight that she's probably been working for the that she's probably been working for the Lawkeepers Guild.
Oh, she would look like a cop.
Contracting.
Yeah, same thing. I used to be one. Lampton's ex-lawkeeper. Was City Watch? Or was that the same thing? Yeah.
Mm.
Lampton just turns and goes, "You're a cop."
I say, "Oh, used to be. I do some
Yes, right.
off the box investigating for the Lawkeepers."
Oh yeah. Anyway, who sent them? Was it Angus again?
Yeah, still dealing with that problem. I'm going to take care of it by the end of the week.
Oh no, we don't pay them nothing. I'll sort it out. Don't worry.
All right. She laughs nervously.
Are you okay? Do you want to come in and
Wait, we need to find out why she's here first, Mirror. Now, have I been accused of murder, fraud? What have they exactly investigated me for this time?
It'll probably be intimidation again.
Intimidate? Oh, not that one again.
Again. Just
Well,
say.
she just mentions it's not you that I'm investigating.
Oh, no. Mirror, what did you do?
Atticus,
Yeah, I look at the monk.
So Atticus shows up at the city and has a great talk to the elderly Goliath that sits at the top of the hill, watching the way. And after a couple of days of just chin wagging with her, he wanders down Cliffway, and he catches this vibe, like a sense of rightness, a sense of a little shard of life, of something that's natural, something of the natural world, but it's not just nature. It's like of it's wild nature. There's like a little tiny seed almost of this power, and he spends the next few days. Yeah, he spends the next few days just wandering back and forth, working his way south through the city, because it's just like a general vibe that just slowly gets stronger and stronger, and he gets closer and closer to it, and it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And a lot of you are out front of the tavern sort of talking, and this young, like 20-year-old hobo just walks past you all, walks straight up to the door and puts his hand on it. And the door says nothing, just looks at him.
Did we finally fix the door problem?
How did you do that? How did you make the door shut up?
What? This door?
So Atticus,
I talk to the door. I'm like, door? Door?
yeah. What kind of what's your answer there?
Pardon my expression, but we have not fixed it.
So this hobo who
Come on
comes
now,
up,
there's nothing wrong with me.
this hobo that comes up. So Solus is very familiar with all the hobos around the place, just from living on the street and everything. Is this like a random one that I've never seen before?
Yeah. No, you've never laid eyes on this guy before.
No. So does
Hey,
what happens? What's with this door? Does it speak to me, or what's the story?
Can you make a nature check for me?
Okay.
Can I do a check to see if I can get a sense of what's going on? Is he performing some magic or?
Make
11.
a check that you want. 11. Make a check that you maybe Arcana or Religion. Up to you.
Yeah. Do Arcana. Oh, 20 total.
So when people hone in on stuff like that, there's likely one of two things that are happening. One of them is that they are struck by inspiration, like arcane inspiration or something like that, where they are able to sort of see something that's unusual and pick up what's called inspiration, literally called inspiration with a capital I. Or he's zonked off his face on some sort of cave drugs. Like he's licked a wall somewhere. He's gone full soccer and he's drunk from the cactus.
You're right, mate?
I turn around and say, Hilsner.
I'm sorry, is that shorthand for something?
Yeah, head to Atticus.
Guten Tag.
Is anyone else speaking this gentleman's this person's language?
What language is it?
Oh, sorry. I'm so used to speaking that for a while lately. Greetings. My name is Atticus.
What language was that, Atticus?
Oh, that was That was Herda. That's the Herda language.
I've never heard of that before.
I have.
Right.
Where have you come from that speaks that language, friend?
It's my vocation. It's part of my vocation. Herda, I suppose, translated in your language is shepherd, and it's part of my vocation. That language. Yes. So you've never met another Herda before?
No,
No?
you'd be the
Oh.
first.
Oh,
Say,
okay.
like,
There's a few around.
Impatient.
Sorry?
Do you mean job?
Yeah, does he mean druid? Like one of them nature folks?
Oh, I suppose there's kind of, but not quite.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, my sympathies.
Oh no, you don't need to sympathise. It's I love it. It's who I am.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah, horses for courses.
And who are you guys?
I'm.
Yes, you go first.
Thank you. I'm Mira.
Right. Yep. Cool. And what's with
The
you?
Mira is Elven. You look at this young woman
female.
who
Did you just
Female.
assume the species?
no,
Because elves, all elves are
you can tell
female.
she's Elven.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
all elves are female and all humans are male, right?
Yeah,
That's what I was
Solus
told anyway.
thinking.
yeah, that's what we told
okay.
Solus,
So-
and that's what he believes.
So
Right.
We tell Solus a lot of things.
She has pitch black hair. This is right, pitch black hair with a white streak.
Yeah, yeah, just like
and
down
with-
one side.
With elves, that means that in recent generations, she's got mixed parentage from different families.
Pleased to meet you. And he holds out his hand to shake.
Shake his hand.
Sweet. I'm just thinking about perhaps describing him a little bit, I suppose. Atticus is about 5'7" or so. He's obviously looking quite bedraggled at the moment, but he's got brown sort of curly hair, and it's obviously quite mussed up at the moment. But he has a little. I wouldn't say he's clean shaven now, but he's got a little goatee beard, and I don't know how battered are his clothes at the moment.
Give me. I mean, you tell us. He's been traveling for like 3 weeks, basically in the wilderness, and he doesn't have.
There's a few. Okay, I suppose there'll be a few, bits of his clothing is torn, and I suppose you notice that on some of the clothing that's been torn on his right side, you'll notice tattoos, and also if you notice on his legs, he's got a tattoo going down his right leg. It seems to be similar to what's on his shoulder. Yeah, and so that's him anyway. So continue with the introductions. Who else is there here?
I'm Mr. Paulus Stonehead at your service.
You wouldn't be a dwarf, would you?
No.
Ah.
Why would you assume that?
The last name, the Stone something.
No. I'm not going to go into that now. What you see standing before you is a half orc, 6 foot tall. He's wearing a white shirt that's cuffed, funnily enough, a leather vest, and he has a moustache.
Very presentable.
Yeah. Very presentable half orc, which is a bit of a surprise.
Oh, well, shakes your hand. Just going to take it.
Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, you got a good grip there.
I'm Solus. You see standing for you this like 7.5 foot tall tortoise. obvious religious symbols. It's got like a slight pendant in the shape of like a sun that looks like it's been drawn by about a 5-year-old.
Cool. Oh, shakes your paw, hand, whatever.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. May your God keep you in good stead.
Well, the sun's always with us, so.
Don't say that. Don't get started with this.
Yeah, he never stops.
He never stops.
Point out that it's currently nighttime, Solus.
Yeah, but the sun's still right there, and I pointed it directly at the sun.
So Solus knows where the sun is. He can tell exactly where the sun is.
Oh, that'd be handy.
I'm Lamphron. I run the tavern because some people decided to go on a magical adventure to another dimension and left me in charge.
He refers to that as bullshit.
What?
He refers to that as just some bullshit.
Yeah, it really is some bullshit. Anyway, and you say Lamphron, he's got like this really scraggly beard that looked like it was kept nice once. And it's like there was a moustache that was curled, but it's just sort of flaking off. He's got like so much nicotine stains on his hands. Like his fingertips are just yellow. He's got like weirdly sharp teeth for a human. And like he's always twitching his nose. Like he's always smelling stuff. He's got real beady eyes. He has real scraggly hair. It's a bit thin here where it looks like he's a bit scarred up along the side of his face. And then he shakes your hand. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Nice to meet you too.
Alright,
good.
Saphira is looking quite uncomfortable still amongst this group of random
This is the
adventurers that
cop?
she stumbled across.
You're typically this is the part you introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Mm.
She kind of looking a bit, walks over, mutters under her breath, Saphira, and then stands back with her arms folded near the shadows.
Yeah, like
At this
diamond or the
stage-
shape.
At this stage, Hollis comes around the corner. Now, for those of you who don't know Hollis, he went out with the party at one point as one of the hired hands, and he's an older guy. He's an older Celtaic. He's got a scraggly, grizzled grey beard, and he's got big, broad hands. He's got scars all over them that are long-heeled. And he comes up and he's got some papers in his hand, and he because he sees you all sort of talking to each other, and he just assumes that Saphira is part of the group, and he just pats her on the shoulder and says, "Look, I've got some papers for all of us. Something that's probably going to be quite a bit of interest. I suggest we pop inside and have a look then." And he, without sort of saying anything else or watching to see if you're following, he just heads through the door. That's who says, "Oh, good to see you, big boy." As he sort of walks through.
Congratulations, you've been adopted.
Was at the door.
Right.
Hollis has adopted her into the group. He thinks that she's part of the group.
Okay.
And has basically told everyone to come inside to have a look at these papers that he's picked up.
And yes, to answer your question, that was the door.
Okay, well,
the
I'll
high-pitched
greet
voice. Yeah.
I'll greet the door again.
Thanks.
I'll put my hand on the door again.
Don't
Oh,
touch the door.
don't.
Oh dear. He's
You
done.
put your hand on the door, and you feel something tiny in there sleeping, and it kind of greets you. Very, it's excited to see you. It's sort of happy to see you. The rest of you don't see anything happen. And he takes his hand off the door, and the door just swings open, and he just walks straight through.
I would have liked to have asked the question when I had my hand on the door, and I ask it, "Are you happy?"
Oh, you catch that vibe straight away. It's so stoked to be here.
Cool.
It absolutely loves being in this doorway, and all the people that it sees constantly, and all the different things it gets to watch, and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, good stuff. Oh well, I'll give it some good vibes from me.
All right.
Okay, so the rest of
Sarah's
you are
gonna-
heading inside?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just
I'll kind of
slink through past
I could do with a
past the
drink.
door, avoiding touching it if I can.
Oh, you guys should touch that door. It's a great door.
Do not touch the door.
I put my head out and touch the door.
What? No.
Oh, she's done it. Oh no. She
That
stuck her
was a-
face
Hey, girl.
all up in it.
How's it going there, girl?
Oh,
It's
she's,
so good
Hey,
to see you
Joe.
again.
oh
Hey,
no.
Joe, how's
Take
it
Let's
the
go.
going?
mossy door and
It's
whack
getting pretty
it.
good there. Oh,
Stop it. We've had this conversation.
I
At
like the way
least
you
it's-
talk to me.
At least it's not saying harder, Daddy. That was awkward.
Hey, door,
Yeah, girl.
can you say something for me?
Don't do it.
Mm.
Oh,
When people shut the door, can you just start
No.
saying harder, Daddy?
Oh
No.
my god. Why? Why would you?
Make a persuasion roll for me.
Hang on, where's my thing? What's my persuasion? Great. 8.
Okay. Future reference. For the next 8 days, the door says "Harder, Daddy" every time someone goes through.
Why? Why would you?
Oh, because it's so much fun. I leave sit down.
Oh. But
So
like,
Hollis is standing at a table waiting for you all, and he's got these papers spread out in front of you, in front of himself. He, as you sort of all arrive to have a look, he points at them and he's like, "You're all part of a guild now, and being in a company means you can get into these competitions. And the Whitehall brothers." The Whitehall brothers are having a competition to see who can get a long-term contract to be exclusive guards and muscle for their company. To top it off, the competition is going into Volthum. It is getting as far as you can down into the wilds, clearing out some of the caves that they want to use for mining alum.
Sounds good to me.
So if you can
okay.
get in there,
wait. Have the Volthumians
You can
consented to
clear-
this?
clear it out.
I think I've lost
I'd
you,
say,
Jason.
I'd say something about plumbing a tunnel and
the
it
full
not being consensual.
Contract.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
breaking up.
freezing.
We've lost you, Jason.
Oh no,
You were good to get.
who's the best?
Is he back?
No.
I think
No.
so.
He's
He's
trying to break free.
Frozen.
Someone's put whole
gone.
person on him. Oops.
Is he using Wi-Fi in a shed?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh god.
of course.
Oh god.
Just sit on the toilet, mate. Who needs to know?
Jason, are you there? You
Am I
back?
back?
You're back.
Yeah, he's back.
You're back.
Oh my gosh. What
Hey.
happened?
Maybe sit
Good
down.
grief.
You had whole
You
person
should
on
maybe
you.
get an extender for your shed.
I've got one.
Oh, have
It's
you?
even plugged in. Yeah. It
Oh,
works
okay, I
pretty
was
good
wondering.
usually.
Is it hardwired?
No.
Okay. So metal typically blocks signal, which might be why you're getting some issues with it.
It's yeah, it could be. Am I freezing up quite a bit for you guys?
Oh, no,
No.
it was just one big one.
Okay.
We're just trying to
Sometimes
be
it does.
helpful.
Sometimes it might drop out like that. So, oh no, we don't have fiber. We're on the Skinny network.
Oh, gross.
You don't
So
have five.
yeah. Well, I mean, we've got fiber. We're just not connected to fiber. It's a long and lazy story. What did you catch?
The
you
contract.
said we were going to Belfoom, and then Solus was like, "Yeah," and that was it. And then I asked if the Belfoomians knew we were going in.
Okay, so the contract. He says to you, the contract is through Whitehall Brothers.
Yeah.
For a long-term. It's a long-term contract. So the competition is to get in there. You pick a couple of tunnels and you compete against the other adventuring companies to see what you can clear out before they do. What you can clear out, what you can come away with, they'll basically judge you on that.
All right, Saphira will interrupt him and say, "What's the compensation for the amount of risk we're taking here?"
They've been saying that anything you can kill, you can keep.
Oh, okay.
That's worth quite a lot.
Is there any indication of what kind of creatures we'll face under there? In these tunnels?
Make a history or a nature check.
All right. Let's see, I've got...
If I give two options, it's usually because I know that, yeah, I usually give two options because I know that people are, they're adventurers, they're competent, so they're going to know stuff adjacent to their skills as well. So
that's a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you really have no idea what could really be down there.
When are we supposed to go?
Well, the kind of things that you might find are those the cave lizard, the stinkers, troglodytes, I think they're called. Mm-hmm. There might be. Honestly, I've never been involved in them myself.
I came across a few. Yeah, but
all right, Saphira just frowns, unsure of this, but willing to hear him out.
Mira will take out a book she got a long time ago, called Keys to the Past, I think it was. Stone carved, like images of stone carved, and it's got a map in it. And there's an X on the map. Well, there's a few of them. One is where the tavern is. One on opposite sides of the city wall. And one of them is the gates of Volthune.
What are you doing with this map?
I'm just laying it out on the table and saying maybe Volthune is a...
Oh, is that like all the weird poetry that's in the white stone things we find?
Atticus, as soon as she puts this thing down and you see this map, you recognise this is quite significant, and the fact that one of the X's is right here is extremely interesting to you.
Right. Yeah. It wouldn't be what I'm looking for, the ingredients. That type of thing.
No, it's not. It's not ingredients, but it is. It's something different. It's something else. You're not sure exactly, but
okay.
This is significant. You were drawn to this spot for some reason. The doors caught your attention. There's there's things converging, and then to see this map put out in front of you, it's just like something's clicked in your head.
Yeah. Perhaps Abdoba is drawing me in to help out or something. Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
We don't know. We don't know what these X's mean, but perhaps if we find something at the gates, it will give us an idea of what we're looking for in these other spots.
Yeah, no, I reckon definitely worth looking at. I have a feeling it's important. Very important. It could be important. It could be linked to what I'm looking at in terms of Abdoba and the whole her problems. But yeah. Yes. Okay. I'm definitely in.
How about you, Solus? Bola?
Yeah, I'm in. When are we going?
The contract
you realise
starts
it's a cave.
at the.
The sun's not up.
Correct. It is in fact underground. Are you sure
Yeah,
you're
I
going to be
mean-
right with it?
I
You-
have
you-
other reasons for wanting to go there.
You're not going to have lack
You
of
do
sun
have a full
anxiety?
week. You have a full week. It doesn't start. The contract doesn't start till a week from now.
Oh,
Oh, we can do
amazing.
some prep. We can do some prep.
Yeah.
Cool.
That they want cleared out. And you two, and he turns and he looks at Atticus and Saphira. I'm not sure if you can enter if you're not part of the company. I mean,
Or do I have to forge more paperwork? I mean, no.
Legitimize the paperwork.
Do I have to do more completely legitimate paperwork?
I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I'll
No, I
make my
mean-
way.
don't
wait, no.
don't these marks of yours
What
aren't
marks?
they? What's Lanthorn and Mira and Solus? These Lionheart marks on your skin. Aren't they what they said was made you legitimate?
Yeah, question.
Can't you just? Can we not just? Yep.
Well, but am I allowed? Because I made myself legitimate, but Varys and stuff are still technically the head of the company. So am I allowed to sign new people in now?
You have a mark just like the others do. Yep.
Okay.
So you're a legitimate part of the company. What Hollis is asking is, do people need to get a tattoo like yours, and how do they get it?
Yes. You need to go through our official guild spokesman. And there's quite an intensive joining process.
How long does it take?
That depends on the process.
I mean, we've got a week.
Oh, then there should be enough time.
All right,
Um,
Saphira's keen. She sees that there's a competent group of adventurers and can see an opportunity to make some quick coin, so she'll and request or persuade to be able to join.
I don't
The
care if
company.
they're competent or not. They're going where I'm going.
Mira will just go off to the side and take out the medallion and just like very quietly be like, the tattoos, can we pick other people to give them to? Or like, what do you think? If we add more people to the company?
The moment you say, should we add more people to the company, you get this really strong vibe, and a small child, just almost like a hologram sort of thing, just like appears above the medallion. And she's like excited. She's more company, yes, for sure. And she sort of tries to lean around to look around you to see.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's this big, so she's only leaning like this.
I'll take the medallion and show it to Atticus and Saphira and be like, now this might seem a bit odd, but if you do want to come with us, this is Adlison. Say hi.
Hello, Anderson. Did you say?
Hello.
No, Adlison.
Adlison. Adlison. Hello, Adlison.
Adlucem.
All right. Could I make an insight check to try and understand what this creature is in this medallion?
You can make an insight. If you want to know what it is, you'll need to make an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay. All right. I'll just do that now because I'm looking at this very confused. I've never seen anything like it before.
Hmm.
And I only got a 6.
I'll just ask, Edison, what are you? You seem rather an unusual being.
I'm me. I'm I don't really remember. And as she tries to think about it, you pick up this sense of really deep time and just old age, and a sense of confusion, and it starts to grow into being more and more lost. And she sinks to her knees, and you watch as she grows more emaciated before your eyes while she starts to think about it.
Hey, you stop that line of thinking, right? It's not healthy for you. Hey.
And she sort of shakes her head.
Yeah. She's our friend, is who she is.
Right. You just ask someone what they are. God, who's the managing that?
My mistake. I apologise.
Unbelievable.
She appears as a human child, and she is. What colour did we decide that she was? Like a skin tone?
She was regular. Basically, she was an emaciated human with regular skin, with a sort of halo coming from behind her, with slime green eyes.
Yeah, like her eyes were like lava lamps.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the two of you sort of agree, and then she puts her hand out. And she says, "Shake on it, then." And she puts both hands out. She says, "Shake on it, then."
All right, shake her tiny little hand.
Left hand out.
Tiny hand.
Yeah. So that's the moment the two of you touch. The moment the two of you touch her palms, the rest of you watch this. They just disappear, and they are gone.
Oh.
But I had plans for the initiation. No.
Does this mean we get to sit and eat cheese this time?
I mean, you guys still seem real bitter about that, and it was to make sure you were all okay.
I just didn't get any cheese, and I was.
We disappeared. Where have we gone?
So you're all sort of complaining about the cheese and all this sort of situation. I need Lantern and Mira to make just a straight roll each.
Oh.
And yeah.
Just a straight roll.
Lantern and Sarah.
Insight to it?
No, can't add. No, you can't add anything to it.
13.
Oh, 6.
Okay, so the two of them disappear. You'll start complaining about how Lantern got to eat cheese last time, and how you wanted to Baller, how he wanted to do the initiation himself. And you watch as Mira sort of rises into the air a little bit, and you hear like a chorus of angels, and then she disappears. Mira, you find yourself sitting in a small like cinema sort of environment with a screen in front of you. And you look down, and you can see Atticus and Saphira like standing there, like looking bewildered, just like what the heck is going on. We're going to do a speed run version of those trials.
Is there cheese?
The first, there is cheese and wine. Yes.
Why have I not been invited?
Okay. The ground around you, Atticus and Saphira, the ground around you erupts, and these these vine snake things all come out of the ground and start just grabbing at your bodies. I need you both to make strength checks.
All right.
7.
Plus 0, that means 18.
Cool. Atticus gets caught off guard, and his arms get sort of pinned to his side, and he's really struggling at these things. But Saphira manages to twist her arms and yank at one of them just at the right angle and pops it right up out of the ground. And she turns and instantly grabs at the ones that are starting to grab at Atticus as well, pulling him free. And together they work at just like ripping these things off. And you watch the two of them working together really well, pulling these things off. Then as they pull them off and throw them at the ground, they all straighten out. And then you hear almost like a ticking noise as they just go tick, 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 and point straight at the both of you. And I need you both to make dexterity checks.
10.
It's a 4. Oh, hold on a second. I will use one of my lucky points, of which I have 3, to roll that again to get a 14. Plus 3 dexterity would be 17 total.
So these things come, they point at you, and then you watch the end of them spring inwards, like turn into little springs, and then straighten out, and they fly straight at you. One of them's coming straight for Atticus, and Saphira trips him over, and so he falls out of the way, and then she drops down. And Atticus, for a moment, you think that the moment she tripped you, you thought you saw one of them catch her right in the throat. And it's almost like reality shifts for a moment, and it just passes right by.
Weird.
Wow. You then, they sort of fly into the wall, and they just sort of stab into the wall, and then they drop limp again, sort of just sitting there doing nothing. At that stage, you can I need you both to make wisdom checks.
Just living vicariously through Mira right now because I can't eat cheese anymore.
18.
So she is eating so much cheese.
Cheese is so good.
All right. That's a 19 for wisdom.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so the room till now has looked incredibly real. It is at this moment that suddenly you can hear the music of the tavern still, and the two of you stop and look at each other, and the whole illusion just drops, and you can see everybody standing around complaining, and you can see Mira sitting in the air, just like eating nothing. And then, boom, back, you're in this tiny little room again. I need you both to make a constitution check for me.
Okay.
3.
Okay, I got +1. 15, so 16 total.
The illusion jumps back up again, and you can hear and feel this sort of whooshing noise, and you feel the air being drawn out of your lungs, and Saphira, you're able to and just suck some air in just at the last moment, and then you watch as Atticus just drops onto the ground. He's unconscious, and I need you both to make intelligence checks, please.
I can't help them while I'm watching
4.
this happen, can I? I just can only eat cheese.
Not doing too
And
good.
I
with
got a
the
12
rolls.
for that one.
You rush to him as you feel the air slowly sort of coming back in. You check his body. Okay, he seems all right. You rush around the room and you find a couple of points where there are small rings in the walls. And you kind of dust them aside. You're able to find these things pretty quick. And you just pull them out and you realize they're slotting back in. And time is ticking. And then you are able to, you realize that there's an order to this. And you're able to pull 1, 2, 3. And the air just comes rushing back into the room. And Atticus, you watch him on the ground just... and he sort of starts to slowly sit up. I need you both to make charisma checks for me.
Yep.
8.
12.
12. The part of the wall where the air rushed back in from has a statuette sort of sitting there, and the both of you sort of inspect it. And when you look at it, you find that it is it's able to speak with you, and it basically asks why it should let you leave. And the two of you, the three of you, basically have this discussion / argument for a good 15-20 minutes before Saphira manages to come across a good reason, and it's just like, all right, and then it moves to the side, and you can see the tavern behind. And the two of you wander through, and the moment you walk through the door, you feel a burning on your skin, and you can choose where to have the lion heart marking on your body.
Ah.
So,
On my left shoulder.
left shoulder?
All right. My one appears on the right side of my neck.
Awesome, cool. And they are now legitimate members of the guild. And you watch as Mira sort of pops back into existence and floats gently back down to the ground again.
Is that an elf thing, or is that just like?
No, I got to watch and eat cheese.
Wait, hang on. Why did you get to watch?
I saved you some.
There's
I had
some left.
some cheese.
Here?
Is there cheese?
Have I found their dance?
The moment you take it, it turns to dust in your hands and then blows
Oh.
away.
Why? Why would you do this?
I motioned to
I can't believe you've done
to
this.
the barkeep for cheese.
So
You've done this.
What
Nice dust.
the F was that?
That was what
the
we did.
trial.
Ah. Weird. Interesting way of doing things.
Well, I was just going to get you to get drunk and fight me, but
I was going to make them get high with gratin.
they could get drunk and high and then fight me.
We still do that.
Yes.
Okay, what's everyone doing for the next week while they prep for stuff?
Does Voldera want to buy my ring?
Yep, she'll buy it off you. 1,500, eh?
Yep.
So she'll buy it off you. Yep.
Cool. And then I spend
I missed
all
that.
of that.
Missed that, Mira.
And then Lansering gives me 600 gold so I can level up. Because you promised, Bede. We had a deal.
No, I'm sure I promised in the cauldron.
No, I said for Mira.
I'm sure it was the cauldron.
No, I said for Mira. It was Lansing and Mira.
I'm sure it was the cauldron.
It wasn't. We had a deal.
Just to
You got
interject,
your stuff in writing.
just to interject in this fight. This isn't going back to the previous issue of you two
No.
fighting each other.
No,
is it?
no,
No,
this is out of game
This is a real.
It's
this is a
entirely
real
different issue.
argument that we had.
Have we solved that first issue though? Just saying.
No, that will not get solved.
No, never.
Are we going
Wait,
to
I think I actually do still have enough.
How much gold do I
No,
still have after
Tez has
traveling?
brought in. You'll still have everything because there was nothing to spend money on.
Right. I'm not buying new clothes.
I'm gonna level up.
So, one of the ways that we run the day-to-day stuff, I think I'm freezing up. One of the ways we run the day-to-day stuff, so food, clothes, the sort of normal stuff that people have, is that we take it out of living costs. So when we go to the tavern and we throw them a few coins, we can just chuck them a couple of coppers here and there. And at the end of the day, we subtract from our gold our living costs. And that way, gold and money stuff can all be role played without having to count every single coin. Yeah.
I mean, one of the things I forgot to ask was how much coin does Atticus actually have?
We'll go with this class. If you do 2d4 times 10.
Okay. Thank you.
Off video for a second because my thing's lagging.
40. So I've got 40 gold.
So just so everyone knows, Mark and I did a one-on-one to break Atticus in, so to speak. So he has managed to get to level 2, which is why he's already there. The small folk township that he actually went and saved the day with, so to speak, that was a one-on-one session we actually did. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, what's everyone doing for the next week?
All right. I'll go with Saphira. She's going to spend the week, basically, through various ways of sleight of hand and straight up thievery and spending the nights robbing people. She's going to accumulate the 20 gold that she owed to, or promised to give to the thugs trying to shake down the tavern. So basically,
Awesome.
yeah, she's going to do her best to steal enough money that she can pay that off, and prevent them from harassing them for at least a little while.
So there are rules for downtime crime.
Okay.
For thievery.
Yep.
There is a risk of, if you get caught,
Mhm.
of spending time in jail.
Right. Okay.
And if you end up in prison, you might have to roll up a new character to get involved with the upcoming.
Okay.
I'll just find my
all right.
downtime rules.
Yeah. How stiff are the penalties? Like, am I going to have to roll a bunch of 20s, or is it going to be what risks am I taking?
They are, if you'll give me a moment.
Yep.
I will just bring up the. So these are actually rules that are in the. They're either the DMG or the Player's Handbook.
Okay.
I do have a copy of them, but I don't know where I put my shorthand copy.
If you like, I could loan you 20 gold.
Ooh, I consider it, but I'm more not wanting to abuse my new teammates and just wanting to sort this problem out by herself, as she has often had to do during her difficult life as a former street urchin.
Well, the other thing is that we could just beat them senseless and tell them never to come here looking for money.
That is a good option.
That might solve the problem.
All right. Okay. Well, rather than risk
they're not
going
going to be particularly tough if they're only after 20 gold.
Right. Okay.
You
well,
don't send
rather than
strong mercenaries for 20 gold.
rather than risk ending up in jail, instead I'll use the week to gather my things and prepare for this dangerous tunnel expedition. Making sure I've got enough rope and lanterns and flasks of oil in my backpack.
All right, sounds good. Okay, anyone else doing anything in particular?
I'm a bit concerned about the fact that these guys have come around looking for money, so I'm going to make sure they don't come back looking for money.
You're going to sort of hunt them down?
I'm going to have stern words with them that will probably lead to them being beaten.
Okay. So
Want
what I
anyone to
might
come with
do is...
Yeah.
What we'll do is I'll bring this up. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Yep.
I can see
so
two things that say watch screen. Watch stream.
Okay, so mine has got a table. So if you're able to look at that table.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
On the right, we've got pit fighting. So what I'll do is I'll get you guys to go and do pit fighting against these guys.
Yep.
So 3 checks, because then you can use your pugilism stuff. And can you tell me how you benefited with the pugilism? Pugilism?
So pugilism is proficiency with my fists, and I get special abilities, but yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get you to, you can add, I won't add any modifiers.
Okay.
So I'll go straight 2d10 because that'll equal out to being your being extra good at it. So for the first check, you can choose any in whichever order. So you can choose to do the athletics, the acrobatics, or the constitution check first. Which one do you want to do first?
It'll probably be the athletics check.
Okay, so you need to beat a 30. So, I rolled high on both of them. So 16.
18.
Yeah. Okay. Which one do you want to do next?
Do we swap or?
Yep. You'll need to swap. You'll need to do an acrobatics or a constitution one.
All right, it'll be constitution.
Okay. 14.
16.
Okay, that's 2 wins. Okay. Last one needs. So with that +1 hit die, that means that you're down a hit dice.
Okay.
Okay. So acrobatics, last check.
Okay.
4.
Oh, 14 plus 6. So that's 15.
Okay. So Bolus spends the next few days hunting these guys down and beating the snot out of them one by one. And you managed.
They don't come around anymore.
Yeah. And you managed to. I'm going to give you. Yeah. You managed to shake them down for 100 gold. You weren't actually going in for pit fighting.
Yeah.
But they basically, yeah.
They've just given me 100 gold to stop beating them.
that's between the three of them, yeah.
Sweet. All right. All right. All good.
I was thinking,
Right.
I'd like to.
Okay, I've sold my ring. I still have enough, so I give Mira the 600 I owe her, and then I still have just enough to level up.
Awesome. Okay.
Can I
And now
can you send-
even and
can you
Zoe's
s-
sworn to silence, so it's fine.
Can you send me the
It's not even that bad.
the making potions list and stuff?
Thank you, man.
I can. Give me a moment.
Oh man, I get to level up.
Same. I get Sunning Strike.
Nice. I get evasion,
Ooh.
so now I don't die.
But my key save is real low. It's only like 13.
Oh, is it? Is it based off your wisdom?
I think it's based off your constitution.
Oh, really?
Because, yeah, mine's 12, so I've got a +1. Let me see if it says.
Now, in terms of the week, I'd like to make sure I've got my gear ready, but I'd also like to look for ingredients, because I wanted to come down this way looking for a particular ingredient for one of my teas.
So what I'll need is a survival check.
Okay.
I'm going to get an extra attack as well.
I got a natural 20.
Okay, very cool. You are. Oh, where have I lost it? There we go. Do you know which one you had? We
Yes,
already figured out.
Yeah, mort flesh powder. It's the one for the potion of longevity.
Ah, yes. Okay. Well, let me search in there. Give me a moment. I'll just swing through it, because there are actual locations for these ones.
Cool.
If you mention that you're going to go out herb hunting, I might come with you.
Okay.
So there is a spot, and you go through, you talk to people, you look into different spots and places. You find out that there's mort flesh powder in Volthoom. You manage to get yourself a contact, basically, and someone will be able to they'll be able to sell you some.
Sweet.
In Volthoom, basically.
Okay. Volthoom. I better start saving up then.
So yeah, because they're quite expensive.
Yeah, I was also looking for Devil's Blood Leaf and Tail Leaf as well.
Yep, you'll find Devil's Blood Leaf down there, and possibly, and Tail Leaf. They are to the south. So the tail leaf will be in the south. The issue is that there are the lightning drakes are out at the moment.
Okay.
Lanthorn knows all about them.
Yeah, it's how Lanthorn got the big scar on his face.
What, you didn't get on?
I tried to save a horse.
Oh, you saved the horse?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Okay,
Well,
anyone else doing anything else for the rest of the week? So over the course of the week, the other members of the community take oaths as well. They don't go through the same sort of trials as you guys all go through. They kind of make it clear after hearing about it that it kind of worries them a wee bit. So they take kind of lesser oaths, and the tattoos that show up on their body are the outline of the Lionheart rather than the full coloured marking silhouette. The first person to get one is actually Hollis. After sort of watching it happen, he speaks with Adlisson for a while, and then this mark sort of appears on his skin.
Man, we're gonna have a whole army.
What? Remember, did we say that the mark was the symbol of the Lionheart Company, or did we say it was slightly different?
No,
Yeah, it's got a
you
little-
went with the Lionheart in the end.
And it has a little wet rat's tail, remember?
No.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember the rat's
I
tail.
don't remember that. Yeah, okay, cool.
No, you guys
where are they?
outvoted Lanthorn when you wanted a rat's tail on it.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys show up to the gate of Volthoom, and you are like primed and ready to go, sort of with all your gear and all your equipment. There are a bunch of other folk from the different guilds all lined up. I have the details here somewhere, all mixed in. One of the guilds is huge, and they have picked up most of the entry points, so to speak. And that is Griffin Wings. While you guys are sort of standing around, you
Busy? Why?
are
busy.
approached by this guy. He's a Caltech guy, and he's in full plate, and he has a halberd, and he sort of just saunters up to you guys and gives you a look over. So you're the newcomers, the fakers who didn't even pass the exams. found some sort of loophole, I hear.
I think you mispronounced competition.
Ha! Competition. There's what, 6 of you?
Yeah. If there's any
Yeah,
more,
we
it'd be
went on your
unfair
mum
for you.
last night.
Very good. Peasant humour then, right?
We wouldn't know.
You-
That seems more like your stream.
Yeah.
She got my stream.
You ought to be disbanded.
It's funny,
Why,
we
it's
thought
only
the
just on your
same
mum.
thinking of you.
We only just got together.
I know
wow.
that.
Oh, has he been keeping tabs on us, has he? Seems rather rude, considering he doesn't
No.
consider us competition. What's he afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything. Not from you lot.
Oh,
good
listen
he's
here.
just a
I'm going to be
perv.
your dad soon.
Afraid of our good looks.
Hardly. No, I know that you have been thrown together, and somehow that Varys and those boys have disappeared on everybody and left you in charge. And I don't know how you managed to get past the loophole in the first place.
And
But
you'll
I
probably be
suspect
wondering.
there's been forgeries.
Well, you'll probably be wondering how we beat you too.
And I did this thing called reading. You should try it sometime. And I found some rules.
And he sort of takes his gauntlet off and he holds his hand up. Reading, and I suppose you don't know anything about what this might be. And he points to a ring on his finger.
I don't know.
It's a
Does it fit
signet
on your
ring.
dick?
You do know what it is. It's a signet ring, and he's from a noble family, which is a little more unusual for a Celtaics. Usually, it's elves that are in sort of noble families. Just because they live so long, they get a lot of wealth and dragonborn.
I say to him, so wait, what big mighty elf fucked a poor peasant girl for you to get in the bloodline?
I'm not elven, hardly.
I
Silly little
can
things.
tell that.
I'm Celtaic through and through, and I
Can
think
I
that
do an insight roll to see if he has a small dick?
You can probably just assume that at this point.
no,
If
this
he's anything
yeah,
like
you
his
can make-
father,
You're all disgusting peasants. I'm going to make it my personal goal to see you disbanded. Tattoos on.
No.
Well, I'm not a peasant.
And you're something worse. You look like a homeless man. Anyway, good luck to you all.
Hey,
And
I
he
just-
turns around and he
Oh.
sort of just walks off.
Good luck.
say
Oh,
hi to your
well.
dad for me.
You are all gathered to the doors, and who has anyone met Takashi yet, the Red Dragonborn at the Adventurers
Nope.
Guild?
No.
So he
No.
is he's a big guy and he wears armor that comes out to the sides, and his helmet, which is carrying it to his side, has massive kind of deer antlers, and he's got a long curved longsword at his side as well. And he's got in his beard sort of things, he's got lots of gold rings, gold and platinum rings, with little jewels all sparkled through it as well. And he is kitted up. Usually, anyone that knows him, he's wearing just like leathers, and he carries his a bow, like just a wooden sword with him. But he is kitted up, ready to go. And he stands and he sort of looks out at everybody, and we have not been allowed into Vorthum for a long time, so do not disappoint. Do not embarrass us. You have been given your directions, or you will be shortly. Once you are inside, you must go straight to your entrances, and you may begin. And the doors sort of open out, just enough for a single file people to go through, with Griffin Wing going through straight away. Griffin Wing's got 30 people in their guild, and they're all just lined up one after the other to go through.
Sorry, which guild was the pretentious nobleman from?
Oh, sorry, the company. He's Adventurers Guild.
Yep.
So, but his company is Griffin Wings.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
You catch sight of there's a half orc, and he's got his armor is being stylized so that it's kind of he's got kind of a cloak with wings down the back, and he's got the armor. It's scale, but it looks like it flares out with little spikes all over it. And the symbol that he's got a maul and a shield, and the shield's got the symbol of a manticore. That's Murin Sark. Mergen Ovik. He's the leader of Manticore, and they file through next. You see, so it's those two, Griffin Wings and Manticore, and then Lionheart is up last. None of you have got any armor with symbols or anything like that, but you've got these tattoos, these markings.
I've got a big tabard sort of thing over my shell with the big holy symbol on it.
Yep.
It's about the closest thing I think any of us have to.
No,
it's the sun trap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lamphron has his real sexy moustache.
Oh, has he waxed it up, has he?
Oh, yeah. He didn't do anything else. He just waxed his moustache. Everything else is just as scraggly.
I've cleaned myself up a little bit. I don't look quite so, homeless as I did before.
This guy's pretentious. He's looked at you and just decided you're homeless anyway. There are several tents around as well, and as you're sort of going through, as you watch as the Griffin Wing members are going in and out, you watch as the leaders sort of convene at their tents and blah blah blah, and Atticus, you catch a real strong sense of that wild live magic again. It is not as natural. It is when I say not as natural, it is not as naturally wild. It is confined into the familiar aura of a sentient fae.
Oh, okay.
And it is near one of the tents of that Barden just went into.
Okay, I'm going to sort of nonchalantly sort of wander over in that direction.
So the rest of you are sort of standing around the companies and the small groups are sort of wandering in as you watch. And you watch as Atticus just kind of sort of looks around. I need you to make... are you stealthing over or are you just walking over?
Just walking nonchalantly, like I'm sort of not necessarily going it there purposefully, but sort of, yeah.
Lamphron, with your insight, he's just walking straight over there. He's you can tell where he's going. Lamphron's got... What's your base insight? Your passive insight?
I'm level 5 now, so it will be 24. Oh wait, or 19. Does observant doesn't go to insight, so it will be 19.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, he's pretty well can guess. Sorry.
Do I notice it with a 15 for passive insight?
I would say so. What's your modifier for persuasion, Atticus?
Persuasion. -1.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we know.
So yeah.
Because I was just before we did the whole like going in through the gate. I was going to say, obviously I didn't want to interrupt, but I was thinking about that map and sort of where the little X mark is in this area?
Yep. You can't spot anything from the outside, and the gates open inwards, so you can't even. Yeah, so there's, and you're fairly familiar with the outside, what it looks like, but you suspect that it's actually inside, whatever it is that you're looking for is.
Sorry to interrupt. I just need to go to the toilet for about 5 minutes. So, if we enter, Saphira's just going to hang at the back of the group and sort of, not be stealth, but just sort of hiding in plain sight, just to keep her out of trouble. Yeah, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
What's your modifier? +8.
Hold on, I'll just reshare it. It's
sweet.
One of those rogues.
My stealth modifier is +7.
+7. Okay. Yep, that's all we need to know. Thank you.
That's all you need to know? Okay, cool. No worries. All right, I'll be back real soon.
Okay, I'm just going to walk straight into the tent.
Wait. I'm sorry, I don't care.
As you walk into the tent, you look through the door and you can see that it's just a tent. And as you come around and into the door, the tent kind of curves away to the side.
Interesting.
You kind of look back out again, look back in, and it's definitely bigger on the inside.
Ooh, TARDIS.
And you can hear voices inside somewhere.
Okay, I'll go forward and have a look.
Cool. Okay, so
Perhaps
the rest of you are sort of...
A little bit more stealthily this time, though.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Ooh. 15.
Okay. You all watch as Atticus kind of looks at the door, looks at the tent, looks at the door, and then sort of slips in.
I feel like I should.
With your
really follow him.
Yeah, I'll be.
I'll follow.
Yeah,
I'll stealth and follow.
And so you're following in as well. Okay, give me your stealth check.
Ooh. Okay, let's see how that goes. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I forgot. I'm not at disadvantage for stealth. Hang on. It's because all my other characters are disadvantaged to stealth. That is a 19.
Awesome. Okay. You follow into the tent and you catch sight of Atticus as he is
at the door to the garage.
No, yeah, my wife was saying she just heard a big noise, but I didn't catch it because I've
headphones.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll come back and tell me, or scream, or take one ear off. Okay, yeah. I feel better now.
Just to be safe.
Yeah. So you catch sight of Atticus kind of just like sneaking around the corner, and you follow him quietly in. The tent is almost maze-like, and you are going from side to side, and it's sort of stretching out. The voices that you can hear are getting louder as you go in. And you hear almost like a giggle, and you stop, and the room sort of opens out, and you stop, and you just peer inside, and you see Barden, and he just says, "Fine," and he turns around and starts walking back towards you, and you duck in, and you turn and you see Mira, and she sort of just like disappears into the folds of the tent as well, as Barden just like walks out past you both, and he looks obviously disgruntled, and you hear just like a chuckle, and you look back into the room, and there's a small halfling sitting there, and they've got kind of brownish brass shiny or half shiny skin.
Is it Poddock?
Yeah, it's
I was about to say, do I recognize him?
and it's Potter Dutch.
I want to
And he
kill
sits
that
there.
little fucker so much.
You just managed to miss the little deal that we had there. Come on in.
Okay, I'll go in.
Yeah,
You
go
step
on.
into the room.
Sorry,
his
is
eyes-
Barden the guy from Griffin Wings who's an asshole?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Barden, you sell out.
Barden. I didn't catch that was his name.
I can't
No.
wait to.
I'll say I'll just say Hilsner. I'm Atticus. And just be all friendly as I can be.
I am not friendly, but I'm not rude.
So, do the two of you wanting to look for a deal of some sort?
I don't know. I just saw that fella walk in here, and I thought I'd just like to. I thought this was a privy actually, but never mind.
What deals have you been making today?
But I've got only the most confidential deals. Never do I breach the privacy of my contracts.
Never.
Well,
Never ever.
if it's part of the contract, never ever.
And is that part of
What
his?
What if we made that part of our contract?
Oh, don't make deals with Gary.
You're wanting a contract then, some sort of a deal. What can I get you?
I've been thinking about it. I thought we'd just ease in with a small little deal. You tell me what Barden wants.
Ooh. It's going to cost you then, there, dearie.
What would it cost?
We've got an orc who'd probably like to beat you up, so you could always say it costs. Avoid you that.
To be honest, I don't think that the big fella could touch me.
Well, he could certainly try.
Let's see.
I'm putting out my feelers for this wild feeling again. If there's anything in here.
Yeah, the whole place is almost like a pocket dimension. I need you to make a wisdom, nature, or survival check.
Okay, go survival. 11.
Is it both of us?
He's asked the question. Yeah.
Oh, for the wild magic. Sorry.
Yeah. There is not much that you can pick out of this, but an old memory does pop into your mind about the manipulation of reality, about the powers of some entities to warp either permanently or temporarily space and time, or even matter itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just hastening on the whole effect that's causing Nova to deteriorate.
No, this is more about make a history check.
Oh, that's better. History. 13.
Fae usually can't survive outside of a Fae stronghold, so to speak.
Yeah.
So something he's doing is letting him go wherever he wants, even though the rest of the world is messed up. Somehow he's able to sort of stabilize it.
So is this?
I tell you what, then, dearie. If you want a secret, perhaps you can give me a secret of your own.
Do I get the feeling that this little halfling might be connected to Fae?
He is a Fae.
He is a Fae.
From what you've picked up, he's Fae. Yep.
Okay.
How long have they been?
About 30 seconds.
Okay, now Daddy Lampfin will give it like 10 minutes.
You're a long way from home. So I'll say to him, you're a long way from home.
That's a bold assumption. How do you know where my home might be? How do you not know my home is not right here?
Well, you're
And dearie, now, what about that secret? Come now, there must be some thread that I can pluck for you.
Well, you are a fae, though, aren't you?
Perhaps.
Well,
I'm trying to think what secrets Mira has.
Can you make a wisdom save?
Who me or Mira?
Mira.
Okay.
Oh, 19. That's good. Hang on. Where's my 21?
You almost said that out loud. So
Well, no, I
Mira
don't know
nearly
what-
said that. What kind of secrets do I have? That would have been really bad if she had said that out loud.
Yeah. I've got a secret,
Mira.
but I'm not
Mira,
sure. I'm thinking to myself that I do have a few secrets, but I'm not sure I want to share them at this stage.
Well, then, if there's nothing that you really want to share, perhaps then there's something else I can get for you. He sort of flicks his wrist, and there's this weird crystalline sort of flash from his wrist, and you can see a band, something metallic and shiny on his wrist. Come on now, time is ticking.
Look anything like the necklace I'm wearing that I can't use yet?
No.
Okay.
None of you would know this. Out of game, it's a watch. He's wearing a watch.
Oh, okay. Yep. Strange looking thing.
Is it a Rolex?
Make a meta roll.
It's
Meta
a bit more
roll.
like a pocket watch.
I got an 8 on that meta roll.
Sorry, no meta knowledge for you.
Meta knowledge for me.
Yeah. I'm not going to play with this Fae. It could be too dangerous for me, really.
Make a wisdom save.
A 1.
You say that out loud.
Whoops.
And he I need you both to make a religion or arcana check.
Religion or arcana? Where's my religion? Yeah, arcana.
17.
14.
He has quite high insight, and once per person per day, he can force a save if he thinks they are wanting to say something that, or thinking something they shouldn't say out loud, and they'll just say it.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I just failed.
Okay.
But the moment you say that, he says, "Well, then it'll be a good day to you both," and the curtains sort of the tent start to close.
No, before they close, I'll be like, I've got a secret for you.
And the curtains sort of just stop. And they stop, and you can see one just like shining like cat's eye through the, like a silver dollar sort of thing through the curtain.
Yeah. I'll look back at Atticus, and I'll go close so that Atticus doesn't hear. And I'll just say, a secret for a secret. I want to know what Barden's deal was, and I'll tell you my secret.
He sort of grins. You can see the sort of almost fox-like teeth on the inside.
How long?
Right then. Probably about 35 seconds now.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it's in a minute.
No, it's wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Oh, okay.
What's the secret then, dear?
Am I going first?
You're going first. You want the information.
Hang on. I'm just thinking because elven ages are different. So, what would the equivalent of being 11 for an elf.
Like 30?
30?
Yeah. No, because they grow up very quickly. So an 11-year-old is an 11-year-old.
It would be like
Is still
5?
11?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just lean in and I want to make sure that Atticus can't hear. And I'll just lean in and say, when I was 11, I killed a man.
That was killed.
And no one found out. It was me.
He sort of leans closer. You can only see the eye and very slight part of his face. And he sort of leans in. What was his name then, dearie?
Frederick.
Bingo.
And he leans forward, and you see like a spider web in the air in front of you. And he takes it in his fingers, and he starts to pull it. And you can feel something twang as he pulls it free. And he takes this little spider web sort of thing, and he just puts it in the pouch at his side. And he leans forward. Barden is after one of the emerald tablets. He thinks it's going to be in one of the tunnels down there. So I've told him which one it's in. And at this stage, you've got little maps of the place. And he sort of just points on the map. And that's the secret that I've given him. The location of one of the tablets.
What did he have to give you?
For? Well, that's not something I can share at all, dear.
Fair enough.
Think about it for a moment. What was the name of the man you killed? And you reach for it, and you look back, and you think, no, you can't quite remember the last, if you actually have ever killed a man. You've killed monsters, but you're not sure. The assassins. You can remember killing assassins.
Yeah, but not when I was a kid.
Oh, no, that's never happened. And then and you see that fox tooth again between the curtains. Have a good time then, dear. And the curtain just closes.
Curtains closed, and I just whisper, "Go fuck yourself."
Atticus,
probably will.
Atticus, you've been standing there watching and turning back and watching, and as they sort of are whispering, you watch as the light grows closer, and the doorway comes around the corner and starts to come towards you, and now the doorway's right there, and you're in like a normal little tent. And you hear Mira just whisper, "Go fuck yourself!" And she's just standing right up against the back of the curtain, of the back wall of the tent. Yeah. And she turns around, and the tent is little again.
And I say to her, "Don't worry, he probably will find a way to do that."
They've been in there for 40 seconds now.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit annoyed. I'm like, "What the fuck are they doing?"
Oh, I walk out the tent. I just had to go to the privy.
Yeah.
Guys, my passive insight is 24. I know when you're lying. It's impossible to lie down.
I'll just stand there for like 30 seconds, contemplating the implications of making deals with fey creatures, and then I'll go back out.
Yeah, there was an annoying little halfling fey in there with a rather interesting tent.
Was it what's his name? Portaduck?
Portaduck?
Portaduck. Portaloo.
I'm just going to call him Porter Dutch.
So
And
it's a Polish word, and it means guide or like advice sort of thing. It doesn't quite translate as straight as you might think, but
Wait.
Okay.
So I'm assuming Mira doesn't want Lamphron to know that she traded a memory.
She doesn't remember what she traded away. Does she remember that she made the deal? And is she aware that she's lost something? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, but she doesn't know what it is.
So Lamphron, what did you do? What did he want?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, he didn't try and make any deals.
No, we did. We did make a deal.
So what the fuck did you give him?
I don't know.
You gave him a memory.
And Lamphron storms over to the tent.
There's nothing in there.
Oh fuck! Lamphron just slices it up with his sword and storms out fuming.
At this stage, Barden is only about 60 feet away, and he sees you doing this, and he wanders over. The hell are you doing?
What the fuck were you doing with that Fae?
His eyes sort of go big. How dare you make such accusations?
Oh, fuck off, Borden. I know what you fucking did. I know Porter Dutch too well.
His sort of eyes go wide at that as well.
Don't you pretend shit with me, boy.
What do you know?
Don't you go making deals with that little fucking Fae. Now let me tell you that.
The deals are done.
I don't know what you fucking wanted. But now Mira's gone fucking in there and given something to him.
Well, that's her fault, not mine.
Oh, man, I don't give a fuck, mate.
Listen, this is too important for peasants like you to come along and mess with.
Oh, yeah, because you're a real big flying noble dick getting sucked off by a phase. A real good look for the family, isn't it?
How dare you? You have no idea what we're after.
I would like to cast Bind. And I'd like to bind his lips together.
What's the save?
A male Barden.
Just one moment. I just need to find out again.
Did I go all the way back to our tent? Like, how far away is that confrontation?
A strength saving throw.
You're right there.
Just remember, he is a noble.
He needs to make a strength saving throw against 12.
He got 16.
Yeah.
So you can feel it coming up, and he just almost pulls at the magic itself, shakes his head off. Which one of you did that? Sort of looks around. He missed it because you're sort of to the side. No, you listen here. When I have something to say, everybody listens. I'm from the Gitterson family, and you will listen to me. What that little imp is after.
Bailey.
What was the deal she made?
I don't fucking know.
Who does? Who was with her? Was she by herself?
I don't actually care what
was the deal you made?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, I would like to know.
I get to know where the sun is at all times.
Souls. What was the deal you made?
I must admit,
made it.
It's getting rather painful.
What was the deal you made, Barden? What did you trade away?
It's my own private business.
Well, Barden, let's be honest, you probably
Not as private
I shared my information.
Not as private as you might think.
Make a persuasion roll. A group one.
Me?
Everyone can make a persuasion roll.
All right.
Oh, that's cool. Oh,
Oh, Haley, get out.
I think that was 5.
19.
3.
Actually, mine is actually 0 because I got a -1.
I got
total of
21.
I got
21
31.
on persuasion roll.
Okay. So he sort of looks at you all, and I'll speak with the elf. The rest of you can.
If that's
No,
what you
no,
want.
no.
All right.
No, if he's willing to talk to the elf, I suggest we let him do so. But I would recommend against involving Faye in your business the next time.
Yeah, I'm not leaving Mira alone with some handsy fucking noble.
No,
Anything
no,
you
Idiot!
I trust him.
We're right here.
Plus the fact that Mira will be able to deal with him if he does anything. Not that I assume that he would. He is a bit more upstanding than that.
Well, no, he may deal with a fairy that's not really
Make a
upstanding
persuasion
behaviour.
roll with advantage. Paula?
Oh, don't stroke egotistical.
Pardon, anything you
19.
say to me. Anything you say to me, you can say in front
Thank
of
you,
my
kind
father.
sir.
I mean, my friend.
Did you say that?
No, and then she corrected herself. Very important.
All right, we might need to address that at a later date. But right now,
We've needed
I'm
to
with you
discuss it for a
people.
long time.
I'm sorry, they're all terribly confused. We're all sort of caught up in our own kind of storylines, as it was. If you would be willing to allow those two to cooperate with one another in engaging with you in your particular endeavour, it might be beneficial to everyone involved.
Come here.
Lantham pisses off and starts rolling a cigarette.
I'll wander off as well.
The little old Fae is part of an unsavory group of people known as the Red Hand. You may have never heard of them before.
Killed a few of them.
No, that was the Black Hand.
Oh, he kills so many people.
Yeah, he's a difference.
We have heard
like,
of the Red Hand.
there's specific colours. I don't think we've ever encountered the Red Hand before.
The white knight, the super cool vampire dude who pisses me off a lot. We've counted.
As far as I'm aware, we've only dealt with the Black Hand.
I've
We
got written
destroyed
in my.
them.
I've got written
Oh,
here.
no, you may not have
Rishi.
been there. Like him and Lantham had like a dick measuring contest.
Did you kill the vampires without me?
No. We just had a big argument in the street over the body of a dead rear rat.
Yeah, that was when we met.
Oh, that's right. It was when you were hanging out.
Yeah. I've got written in my notes Dreshy Red Hand ? But I don't know where that. If that's as far as we got with the Red Hand
Yes.
stuff.
So if you recall, when you found Portadutch again, he had the Black Hand symbol on him, and he waved his hand over it with a flourish, and it turned black. And that's when you found out that he had basically manipulated you into dealing with the Black Hand and wiping them out.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go pee, Tam. I'll be back in a sec.
Do you guys want to take a 5-minute break?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay,
Yeah.
sweet. I will
continue this conversation with Barden.
Fantastic. I'm going to find my notes because I've got stuff written down that I left somewhere.
I want to get a snack.
Join
Yeah. No.